So yeah, this will probably be a very common setup for people to do here on with the Rabbit. You're gonna have a normal size flasher, not necessarily the live unit like I was just showing off in another video. You've got your double rod holders, so whether you're just carrying the one around like when I've been using it, obviously I just keep one rod in my hand while I'm walking around, but it's nice to have the option to have one or two other ones with me. You could have more if you were inclined to buy more of the rod holders and stick them around. Obviously you could have two more if you just took out the divider here, because the divider's not really doing anything overall if you really wanted rod holders around. And also all three of the auger rack slots here, they all would also fit rod holders. So, I mean, really you could have, what, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7 rods in rod holders and 8th one in your hand, all on this sled. I mean, that would be ridiculous, but yeah, this is how I've kind of been actually personally using it, is once I've already got my holes drilled, most of the time actually I take these off, or at least 2 of them, but one is kind of nice, just it's nice to have the scoop around when you're hole hopping. I haven't usually done that in life, but it was so convenient on this that it's been kind of nice to actually scoop some holes out when you get to them and they're just a little too slushy, or the ice you kick in just getting in the way of trying to get a jig through and everything. So that's kind of a nice little thing. Otherwise, yeah, if you're not doing holes, you're all the way down to this. You've got your flasher up there, you got your holes, you got plenty of room back here for throwing jig boxes in, or you got your waxies, forceps, whatever. There's actually be a lot of room here given how big your flasher is, but none of them are going to be so huge that you're not going to have a pretty nice space back here. Or even if you wanted to, you can take the divider out and you have all sorts of room. I just don't like things sliding around quite that crazy. I mean, the divider doesn't actually stop all the way down like waxies. They can still slide through, but more or less keeps your flasher from being all over the place, just in case it's all bumpy and lumpy all around. But yeah, then you just can go right on back into, I guess, auger mode you'd call it. Velcro one goes over there. Put them on the right way. Yeah. Now you're shoving your auger there. You can see the way these auger stands are, they allow a little bit of, getting pretty wonky with it here, but they allow a little bit of shake and everything, but that's it. They just have some wobble. There's no fail in them. I mean, they're not going anywhere as far as actually breaking off. They're just able to twist just the slightest bit and everything, which really isn't hurting nothing. And then if you were really inclined and you're on really bouncy terrain for whatever reason, one of them will have Velcro through it like this. So you will have the option to Velcro it on in case that wobble kind of bothers you. Now at least it's not going anywhere and it's just a simple Velcro strap holding it on there. No big deal. But otherwise, yeah, you're out hole hopping around. You're just drilling your hole, drill, plopping her on, and you're ready to go. And your auger's off the ice. Your battery's not sitting right on the ice or anything like that, whether you take the battery on and off constantly or not. Now that's there, you're fishing, and all you gotta do is pull your deucer up and move it on to your next hole, and auger's already ready there with you. Drill your hole, throw the auger on, boom, you're going. And that's it, while you're taking the auger around. It's not like you got to drag the auger around the whole time. That's just for that round of your hole hop and the true hole drilling round. But the second you got your area all Swiss cheesed up, now you're down to this. Whether you're using a live unit and still keeping these in just because they're good for the live pole, or if you're like me, the second I get into drilling all the holes, those are just sitting down in there. They don't take up barely any room in the back, just to have the accessories just sitting in there. They ain't going anywhere. Yeah, and you still got plenty to put something like that on. Obviously, it has a very low center of gravity, so it's very stable. I've got plenty of videos bouncing it around and everything, and this HDPE plastic, it's rated down to like -50. I've already had it in -3, and it fell off the roof of my ice shack at like 20 miles an hour on my four-wheeler a few times actually. Obviously I'll These kind of pieces went flinging and flying off it when that happened, but nothing actually broke by any means. I mean, this is literally that unit, this exact one. I'm going to use this same one for all these videos over time, just to show that these things, for how simple they are extremely durable. They are built for ice fishing, where I don't want to be dainty with my stuff. I'm not a careful person. I want to be able to throw it around and chuck it and not worry about it, and it's still going to be ready to go. That's what the Rabbit offers here. Super simple, super strong,